Hey there, Stampers. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to day 2 of my daily Facebook Lives this week, where I'm featuring the Hippo Happiness bundle from the annual catalog. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Alberta, Canada. And I'm happy to be here to share a creative project with you today. Okay, let's move this back a little bit. All right. Okay, so yesterday I shared a scrapbook layout that I created using this sweet bundle, and I combined it with the rainbow glimmer paper and the upcoming 6x6 Brights paper collection. Now you can use any Brights paper collection if you want, but I found that these products just pair so beautifully together. All right, I just feel like this stamp set screams bright, fun colors. And what really drew me to the dies was all of the assortment of labels that you get in this die collection. So if this collection didn't have all of these labels, I think I would have overlooked it. But these are great because they can be combined with so many other things. But then once I started playing with the stamp set, it is super, super cute. I believe, yes, this is one of the $1 Million Achievers stamp sets. I believe it is Robin Cardin's stamp set. So I think she did a great job with this set. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see, let's put this over here. Good morning, Kim and Alice and Kevin. Welcome. Okay, so I've got my pieces here. We are working with some Bermuda Bay, which is one of my favorite bright colors. Just a standard size card base. Good morning, Mary Liz. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We're gonna set that aside. And then I've got a couple pieces of white. One of them measures 4 by 5 1/4. That is going to go on the inside of my card. So I'm just gonna set that aside for now. And the other one measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then I've got another piece of Bermuda Bay that measures 3 3/4 by 5. And I've gone ahead and I've embossed it using the Painted Texture embossing folder. I love this embossing folder. This is from the January to June mini catalog. And I was happy to see that it is carrying over to the next annual catalog. So I've gone ahead and I've embossed that. Boy, the lighting is really terrible here. This doesn't even look like Bermuda Bay on camera. It looks like our old island indigo. Wow. All right. Well, we got to make do with what I've got here. We are in an Airbnb for 6 weeks, and we're in a basement suite, so there's not a whole lot of light at this time of the day. Okay, so I'm going to attach this to the center of that smaller piece of white. Good morning, Alice. Good morning, Kim and Corrine. And then I'm going to attach the white to the center of my card front. Okay, so we've started decorating our card front. Now we're going to do some stamping. So I've got a scrap piece of white cardstock, and I've got my envelope and my inside piece. And I've also got a strip of white. So these are all the pieces that we're going to stamp on. Now yesterday I shared a tip, because this is a 2-step stamp, which means that you stamp one portion and then you stamp the other portion. I had tried it. The first time I tried it, I stamped the solid, so the larger filled in portion first, and then I stamped this on top. And it was a little bit more difficult to line up. So then I tried doing this piece first and then this piece. This portion, so the one that tends to be a little bit smaller, that is usually what you're going to stamp in a darker color. Okay, so if you stamp that first, then when you ink up with a lighter color, it's a little bit easier to see through the stamp. So these are photopolymer stamps, so they do make it a little bit easier to stamp. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp the Hippo, and we are going to stamp it in Bermuda Bay. Yes, exactly. I mean, you do not need a big space to do this. Definitely not. You just need some creative solutions on storage. Good morning, Elaine and Melissa and Kristen. Okay, so I've inked that up and I just realized I forgot my foam mat. We're going to give this a shot and see how well it works. I usually like to use my Stampin' Pierce mat when I stamp solid photopolymer images because it's got a bit of cushion and you tend to get a better impression. That's not too bad. All right, so we're going to do one there on the inside of the card. We're going to do another one in the lower left corner. And then we're going to do one on the envelope. Might as well stamp all of the images at the same time since you've got the ink out and the stamp out. It saves a little bit of time. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and, I know this is such a cute set. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in some Pool Party, and you can see that this is a Stampin' Spot because any colors that I had that I wanted to bring with me in Stampin' Spot, I checked to see if I had them in Stampin' Spot format to save space. So I've got a nice mix of full-size ink pads and Stampin' Spots. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. I'm going to line up, I found it easiest to line up the ears first and then to line up the feet. And you can get a pretty accurate image. See, look how cute that is. So cute, but we've got to add his face. There's a little smile and some eyes. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that on all 3 pieces. Leanne asked how everything is going. You know what, it's going okay. I said to Marcel, I said, okay, the novelty, I think it was 2 days ago, I said, the novelty has worn off. I'm ready to just move on. I just feel like we're in a state of limbo. So, but, you know, the time will come. We're doing the best that we can. And at least we have a roof over our heads, so I should be grateful for that. All right, and then one more. So see how easy that is to line up by doing that darker image first. And last one. There we go. Okay. And then the next step is to add his features. So there is this adorable little smile. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use Memento. Now for this one, there are these little, I call them nostrils, these little marks that go over his nostrils. And that's what I use to line it up. And I apologize if you can see my head. I got to get right over top so I can see. And look how sweet he is. Love it. I think this would make a great baby card. So I'm going to repeat that on all the layers or all the stamped images. And then we'll do the last one. And then we'll stamp our greetings. There's so many shadows here, it's a little bit hard to see. Okay. Now I'm going to leave my Memento out because I want to stamp on this little scrap of white. I'm going to stamp Hippo Birthday. And then on the inside, I'm going to stamp, so on this layer, I'm going to stamp Hip Hippo Hooray. Thank you, Leanne. And this is going to go right down here. Just try to make it straight. There we go. Okay, so all of our stamping is done. Now we can go ahead and finish assembling. So let's start by putting this on the inside. Just going to use my seal adhesive and pop this inside here. And actually we do need to die cut this. So let's bring in the die cutting machine. First I'm going to share what I've already die cut. Good morning, Gail. Okay, so remember I mentioned all these fabulous label shapes. So what I did was I cut the largest, this one, the largest size from a piece of vellum. And then the next size down, I cut from Granny Apple Green 6x6 DSP. So that's gonna go on here. And then what I did was I took a piece of that fabulous rainbow glimmer paper, and that second largest size, what I did was I just ran it through on an edge. Okay, so let me grab the piece so I can show you guys what I did. So I basically took this and I ran it through, so it was about half. It's probably a little bit less than half, and then fed it through. Okay, so I just wanted a little bit of shimmer on there. You could do the whole label shape if you wanted, but I just wanted just a hint of shimmer. Okay, so now we're gonna take the corresponding die, the Hippo die, and we're going to bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss and die cut this. So you'll see me online every day this week, Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. featuring a different project using this sweet bundle. This bundle is carrying over to the next annual catalog. It's just not carrying over as bundle pricing. So right now, if you purchase it, you can get it, you can save 10% on the bundle. Whereas if you wait and purchase it once the next catalog goes live, you don't get that extra savings. Because I went to all that effort to stamp that sweet hippo, I wanted to make sure that my die did not move when I feed it through. So I just have a little piece of washi tape that I added over top to hold it in place. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way. And then we'll pop this guy out, and look how sweet he is. Okay. So now let's finish assembling here. We are going to attach our rainbow glimmer paper to the bottom of our label shape. And then I want to wrap a piece of baker's twine, because you know me and my baker's twine, I can't create a project without baker's twine, or it's very difficult to. But because this is rounded, what I'm going to do is I am going to just notch out both sides, and that's just going to give a place for the ribbon to sit so it doesn't slide up and down. So I'm going to feed that around, and then tie my bow. So if you guys are liking what you see, I'd really appreciate it if you share the video. I always love that when you guys do that. I love to share crafting, as you guys know. All right, so we've got that bow on there. I'm just gonna see if I've got it kind of in the right place. Do I want it in the center, or do I want to move it over? I think that's good. All right, so we're gonna attach this to our vellum shape. And it's going to give us a nice soft border around the edges. Pull that out. And then that's going to get attached to the center of our card base. So this is a card design that you could use over and over and over. And you could use a variety of label shapes. If you've got, you could use layering circles, you could use layering ovals. There's lots of different kind of nesting dies that you can use. Oh, I know, Sarah, the rainbow glimmer paper, it's just the perfect little touch. Okay, this guy's going to get added on using dimensionals. Just use a piece of one for the bottom because it's going to have to sit over top of that little bit of bulk there. So if you guys love this bundle, I am offering, if anybody purchases $60 or more from my online shop, I want to move this over a little, from my online shop between now and the end of the month, the end of April, I will send you all of the pieces to create the projects that I'm creating over the next 4 days. All right, so I'm going to trim this, angle cut that, and then snip this down. And then I'm going to use my bone folder and kind of curl it up a little bit. I'm going to put a dimensional in the center where it's kind of bumped up, and then a little bit of flat adhesive. Oh, and I'm almost out. I should have enough to finish it. This is the last step. And that's going to get tucked right underneath there. Did I peel off the backing? Yes, I did. That's going to get tucked right in there. And that kind of gives it like kind of a loopy kind of feel. Gives it a bit of movement. I think this guy needs to move over. He looks a little bit too separate from the rest. There we go. And look at that sweet card. It's all done. And you could do this same version with any of these images. You could use the unicorn, you could use the I never know how to say that, whatever. You could use the butterfly, you could have the hippo holding the balloon. There's so many different options with this card design. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Here's the matching envelope. I will post a link in the description to my Canadian online shop if you'd like to make a purchase. Thank you so much for sharing, Leanne. Sheep, yeah, it's a sheep. There you go. It's easier to say. All right, and I will see you back here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. All right, take care, guys. Have a lovely day.